Bemo.
Randy.
We back.
What's happening? What's up? What's up?
So listen, you know I need to talk to you about this conversation that they keep saying, where the black people at when it comes to the protesting.
Okay.
Okay, let me start out this.
Okay, talk to me.
Because I just did a video where I asked this question.
Okay.
Why? No, seriously. Like,
why?
I think people just, why us? Like, I haven't heard nobody talking about where the Asian community at.
Okay, no, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I ain't heard nobody call out the Asian community.
This is true. This is true.
I haven't even heard them call out other Latinos. So what I'm saying is, yes, there are some Latinos that are marching, but there's a lot who are not.
That's true.
Like the back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're not getting as much heat, and it's their people.
Now look, okay, I hear you.
Yes.
And to a certain degree, I agree with you, but it's playoff season.
Well, nothing to agree with. I'm just saying, I'm wondering why.
Why? Oh,
so I don't have an opinion.
Here's why, though.
Well, here's why.
Because you got to put in your best player. They know. They know when it comes to changing the movements, especially against the majority culture in America, they know who the star player is. They know who the Jordan, they know who the Kobe is. They just so happen to be black as well. But it's black folks.
So we are the Michael Jordan of struggle.
We are the Michael Jordan of American struggle.
Ooh, that's sad. That's kind of sad, though, don't you think?
Yeah. That's why when you go to the National Museum of African American History and Culture, you cry the whole time. Because it's just sad.
Well,
but then you get those pockets.
There are pockets.
Right? Those pockets of positivity in there. But like in this moment, if you just zoom out, what's happening, it just seems like there is a law enforcement strategy that is overbearing against the minority population. And people are looking around. It's like, okay, who's going to save us? And it's always, look at black folks. It's always look at black folks.
But that's not right.
Right. You're right. You're right.
I mean, what I'm saying is, I don't think that we should be the collective Captain Save-A-Ho.
No, you should. See, I've been struggling with this. I've been struggling with the disconnection between like theory and reality. Because you're 100% correct.
But we
should not be Captain America.
Right.
But if we don't, here's how I think about it. I don't know if we had this conversation, but I was at this really weird party, and this dude asked me, what can black folks do about nuclear disarmament? Did I tell you this?
You've been hanging around people that are far too smart. Okay?
And I was like,
And my friends, they talk about, what you think about the Glorilla joint? Okay, but go ahead.
Okay, that's it. Okay, that's different. That's the other thing. He asked me, what can black folks do about nuclear disarmament? And I said, I don't really know the particulars, but what I do know is if we played the calculation long enough, it eventually becomes black folks' problem. So then there will be, at some point, a black solution to nuclear disarmament. And I think about that in the same way as the ICE protests and the LA protests and the things that are happening against not illegal immigrants, I don't even want to say it, against migrants in this country.
Yep.
Those will eventually become black problems.
No, and everyone says that we should be fighting now, but I feel like, and listen, let me say this. Eventually, I know we have to fight.
Yeah.
And eventually, I know this for a fact. I mean, some people are like, no, forget it, I'm not going to deal with it. Eventually, it's going to have to be all oppressed people fighting against white supremacy.
Yes.
We cannot do it as a group. Eventually, it's going to have to be Latinos, and I don't know where the Asians going to come. We got some of them. I don't know. You probably, let's not get into that.
They're going to have to,
I think Vietnamese, Philippines, okay. And blacks, we're all going to have to, and all marginalized people, LGBTQIA, because white supremacy works against everybody that is not wealthy, Christian, cis, het, white, and male. It works against, so it's them and everybody else. Right. And so what I'm hoping is that everybody else is realizing that it's them
I hope so too.
What is annoying me is that, one, there's this expectation. I don't like anyone to feel entitled to me.
Yeah, that's trash. That's true.
Yeah. And so I feel I have seen some really, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate them because I do some hard-hitting videos. But people coming at us hard, like, where are y'all? You need to be out here and blah, blah, blah. This call is within, too. A lot of black people are saying that we need to be there. And I do believe eventually. But I believe that we deserve a moment. We just lived through a major letdown because what the world told us. They gave us their asses to kiss.
They did.
And they knew what they were getting, and they like, well, forget you.
Right.
And it's kind of like, to me, I see it as a relationship. You cheated on me, then you cheated on me again.
Yeah.
You dogged me. You gave me your ass to kiss. You told me I wasn't shit. Chose the other woman over me.
Yeah.
Chose the other woman over me. Then the woman dogs you, and you're like, hey, babe,
Can we?
I need you.
Hey, big head.
Yeah, hey, big head, how you doing? I need you. And we're supposed to immediately be like, yes, come back. I mean, you got to send some flowers. We got to go to counseling. You have to understand how you made me feel. You can't just dog me, as the Latinos did with their votes, with the songs they were singing. And it's wrong to group, but we group in this world, unfortunately.
Right.
And Lord knows black people are always grouped. We are granted the pleasure and privilege of individuality.
No, we're not.
So I just think we need a moment to focus on healing us. What do you think? You at the protest tomorrow?
I'm not. No.
Okay.
I'm not at the protest tomorrow, mostly because I think it's dangerous for me.
But that's just my point.
Yeah.
We know we're going down.
Right. I feel dangerous in that position. I would, let's just say, like, hypothetically, somehow the insurrection was the other way, and it was black folks storming the Capitol. I don't think we would have survived. So I don't necessarily feel the same.
You don't think we would have survived? We definitely would not have
This is
survived.
true. Yes. No more future BMOs. That'd have been all.
Right.
So I don't necessarily feel safe putting my body in danger for that. But at the same time, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like this resilience is kind of a spectrum. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to the march, I'm gonna fight, nor is it like, oh, I'm MAGA. It is a wide spectrum of selection of things that
I
you
agree
can
with
do
you
between
1,000%.
those, right? So we can still be resilient against
We
ICE.
are.
Right.
Most black people I know, even if it's just boycotting, big brands
Right.
that are not giving people equal rights,
Yeah.
we are still fighting.
Of course.
I'm just saying, I don't think anyone has the right to my black body
They don't.
being on the front lines, because we
don't.
know how that's going to end up. We
Of course.
know. And this is the thing. I was watching the videos and I saw them up in white women's faces. And I saw a white woman hit by a Red Bull.
My response just now, not the white women.
Not the white. Like, when and I'm like, if they would do that to a white woman, I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's a tough situation. But I just feel like as long as we are still on the same path of righteousness, we can still affect change. And I want to be careful because of something you said a second ago about grouping. I want to be careful because I know the popular thing is that black folks can't be racist. But if we consider our history of political impact, and we consider the fact that we'll be withholding that political power from a group of people based on the select actions of a few people, then we would also be applying the same white supremacy mindset towards this struggle. We wouldn't be solving the problem, we would be adding to the problem on a larger theoretical situation. So that when they capture up all the migrants, then they can say, all right, y'all next. How can we...
Well, that... We already know that we're next.
Of course.
Right? I don't think that we're sitting back, but answer me this honestly. Let's say that we joined in. And we said a few. I mean, Latinos overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
They did.
Overwhelmingly. So this is the majority, whatever. So when they pick us out and they group us and say, oh, they're criminals or something, like the majority of us, of course, are not, right?
Of course.
But I'm saying the majority of them, knowing what Project 2025 let out, I really am annoyed with people saying, we didn't know. No, y'all knew.
You knew.
You just didn't know it's going to be y'all.
Right.
What you were fine with it when you thought it was us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You were fine with it, but now that you're saying, I mean, I think that, particularly like Cubans, I think they're in utter shock. Like, I think they are like, wait a minute.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't think they expected the Venezuelans. I don't think they expected it. And so now that it's turning out to be them, all of a sudden, they're saying, oh my God, we didn't know. No, you knew.
You knew.
You didn't know it was you, and you were fine. You were fine with my destruction. You were fine. So how do I then turn around and immediately put my life on the line? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For you. Like, how do I do that right now? And so I at least need a minute.
Maybe 2.
Or 2. And I think, as I see what happens within the Black community, I think that we need time to strengthen ourselves and for us to become united before we try to do anything else. But this is going to be a long fight.
Yeah.
And so I don't think Michael Jordan needs to start the game.
Interesting.
Like, maybe we come in third quarter when we know the score is tight or something. But I don't think we need to start the game.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You think Black folks know how to be allies?
I think Black folks are always allies. I think Black folks are truly the nicest. A white person can walk into an all-Black party and feel completely comfortable.
Okay, that's interesting.
Just like the reason why that guy was able to shoot that people at that church.
Yeah, true. Dylan.
Is we welcome everybody, every race, everybody. I think that now we are tied. Not tired, tied. We tied.
Right.
Like I have never seen before. I think that we're religious people, so they've used religion to control us. And we've known, we're clear. I mean, our parents teach me. I remember my mother teaching me just what it meant to be Black in America at a young age. I mean, I understood certain things I couldn't do. Like I told people, just when it comes to our names and things. So I believe that we know that it's that way, and so we never act with the arrogance that adjacency to whiteness gives some people. Like there's maybe some of us who make a whole lot of money that we lose ourselves for a minute, but then they remind us. Whereas I believe that other groups like feel this adjacency to whiteness sometimes that makes them be oppressive.
I think there's a false narrative out there that Black folks aren't fighting. We are fighting.
Oh, absolutely fight. Listen.
At the core of it, we're talking about.
We always fighting anyway.
Of course.
Like, we're always fighting oppression. Before we had a white supremacist as our president, we were fighting.
Of course.
Every day is a fight.
Every day is a fight.
All my life, I had to fight.
So I'm confused on this notion of Black folks where y'all at. It's kind of maybe have they not thought that we're ahead of them and they haven't caught up yet?
Oh.
Do you want us to slow down our fight so that y'all can catch up to where you think you should be? Because, like, you in the streets and you protesting now, and you're stopping traffic and you're looting stores. I hear you, but that's also very like 2018. You know what I'm saying? We did that already.
We did that.
I mean, we are advancing to a point where the protest is a symbolic situation. But shout out, what's his name, John Bryant in the Target protest. Now we in pockets.
Oh yeah, Jamal.
Jamal.
Which is bigger.
Now which is bigger. Like, do your demonstration, express yourself.
This is what we're doing.
Let people know you're pissed off. But now, don't ask me to slow down, because at the end of the day, at the core of this, we're talking about
and protesting needs it.
This is an overfunded law enforcement agency. Who hasn't been more fuck the police than Black folks? Don't tell me we not fighting.
We wrote a song about it.
That's what I'm saying.
We wrote a song about it.
Until you got a platinum hit.
Right.
With a legend who's dead.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
You're right.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, and this is what I was thinking. I'm going to take it a little deeper.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go in there.
If we really have a relationship.
Yeah.
Like if you my peoples.
Right.
Like we cool. And you know my situation.
Yeah.
It seems to me, if you were really an advocate for me, if you really saw me as an equal partner, you would say, y'all stay at home.
Yeah.
Y'all stay at home because we know that you'll get killed.
Yeah.
And
we'll take the first wave.
We'll do this, and y'all in the background, y'all do this, and this.
Right.
In the background. Like if they really were down. I mean, like if I had a white friend and it was like some BLM marches, and I'm like, they're not friendly to Asians at the BLM marches. I would tell my Asian friend, like, no, don't you come. It would be helpful if you just write some letters or do the phone banking or whatever. Like, if it really was a real partnership.
Right.
If they really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If they
then
really
they would
saw
say,
us the way.
They would say, you know what, Black folks, actually this is better. Y'all stay at home and you do A, B, C, and the third.
Right.
We're gonna look for y'all. Y'all make the sandwiches and we'll come by afterwards. Or whatever it is. No, but what I'm saying is if we were working together, the smart thing is not to have us out there, because that's only gonna elevate things for everybody.
And cause us harm. That's true. That's true.
So I'm not saying we don't need to get out there eventually. We may have to, but not now.
Maybe.
Maybe not. I don't. And I'm gonna say this. And I'm an activist to my core. And I'm gonna tell you this: I literally cry when I watch. I mean, every day I cry when I see these families torn apart. I mean, my family's from Texas, so I literally think I'm half Mexican because I do. I mean, those are my people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in D.C. These are my students. I taught transitional English. I mean, these are my people, right? So my feelings are. I mean, I'm devastated.
Right.
But I really don't believe, I genuinely believe, with my logical mind, does not believe that it's time for black bodies to be out there marching.
No, maybe not yet. But I just don't want black folks to think that the absence of body is also the absence of mind and strategy and support. And that's why I asked you, do you think black folks really know how to be allies? Because we're always receiving allyship on a certain level.
Well, you think we receive allyship?
No.
Bemo. Now, Bemo.
I mean, we do.
No.
We don't have any allies?
No. I don't think that we get a whole lot of allyship. I think we get bullshit allyship. I mean, I think they'll give us a holiday and a Martin Luther King banquet. But I don't think there's most people go hard for black people, or we would have been further than we are today. I don't think that we have a whole lot of allies. Really, I think that we have people who like to hang with black people. I think they want to come to our concerts.
Okay.
I mean, they want to come to the proverbial barbecue.
Yeah.
But do I think we have people who will ride or die for us and have been willing to sacrifice themselves? No, I don't. Who?
They have a few.
I'm not saying we don't have some. I mean, no. We, of course, particularly the civil rights movement, Jewish people and black people walked hand in hand. We work together, absolutely. But do I think as a whole, for the majority, I think that we have fewer allies than anybody else because of where this conversation started. I think that people almost expect us to struggle. I think that they think that we'll be okay. So do we have people who think we're cool?
Yeah.
Do I think they have people who have hang with us? Do I think we have people who watch Randi B and be like, girl, yeah, she cool. But even, let me tell you something. This is what I mean by allyship.
Okay, talk to me.
Because it pisses me off, right? There are a lot of white people right now that have platforms where they speak out against racism. They are anti-racist. They do a great job, and I'm grateful for them because I know if I say it, I'm going to sound angry. But when they say it, white people might give them some, may listen, and it causes a change. And so we need their voices.
Right.
However, but rural, okay? The people who are doing that work make 1 billion times more money than people like me who are making the work. Okay. If a white person gets up there and does TikToks or whatever, they get followings and they make a lot of money, right? Yeah. I'm blocked, suspended every other third day. Shadow ban, sun ban, given demerits, violations, always in Facebook jail, always, right? So of course I can't make money because I'm just want to just exist. So I tell myself when it makes me upset, well, I'm here to be an activist, not to make money. But I am saying, if those real anti-racist warriors were real anti-racist, they would always have a black person. They would bring up a black person with them. Like how we're having this conversation, how we're doing podcasts, how we're whatever. They should have. That's what a real ally does, is you bring you along. They're getting rich off their anti-racism thing and really buying into the whole system of white supremacy where they're the ones who make the money off of black people's pain.
Damn.
I'm serious.
No, I didn't think
like
about
the
that
best-selling author, like the one who wrote White Fragility. Great book.
Yeah.
She's rich as hell. Rich. To me, if you go and do a speech and you make $100,000 on a speech, you have to say, I'm not coming unless I come with my partner, this black woman, or this black man, or this LGBTQIA, this trans person, or whatever, and they're coming with me.
Damn.
They're coming with me, and you have to pay us each $50,000. And they at least should be publishing how much they make. But I would have a rider. Like, if you want me, you got to take them too. If you're truly anti-racist, why aren't you bringing people along on this ride? They literally are getting rich off of being anti-racist and teaching this stuff. And I'm not saying that's why they're doing it, but they are doing it. They are doing it. At the end of the day, our girl, My brain, Tim
Scott, Tim Meadows, Tim Jones, Tim White.
I can't. But what I'm saying is, there's all these anti-white people who make a hell of a lot of money, and it's a shame because when I post, I mean, white people will listen and maybe there's a point. Now, if I said the same thing, I'd be angry. If you're really anti-racist, if you're really for it, why wouldn't you bring people up? If I'm really pro-black, if I'm really saying we need to hire black people, but y'all ain't never seen me hire no black people. Y'all ain't never seen me work with no black people. All I do is get on camera and talk about being pro-black. But people don't ever see me, whereas everybody I work with damn near is black. Because you got to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Damn. It's fucked me up a little bit.
Oh, good. Damn. I like that.
Damn. Because I think about that Tim dude, this white dude.
Tim Wise. There we go. And Jane.
Foster?
Jane, you know what I'm talking about, though.
I know.
Yeah, she does the black baby thing. Yeah.
But I never see them facilitating with black people.
You never have.
I see them actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
I seen them coordinate with each other.
Right.
But I never seen them bring up no Randi B.
And there's a lot of them.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of them, and they're successful. So my thing is, if you're really truly anti-white supremacy and you're going against that system,
damn shows.
why are you now being a part of the system?
Because they just a show, man.
That's what I mean. So I'm not trying to ruin the whole Allyship thing. Y'all not hurt your feelings.
No, it's okay. Damn it, Randi. Damn it.
Don't cry. I'm not trying to burst your bubble.
No, it's pop. Don't worry about it.
I done ruined your whole day.
Damn.
I'm not trying to say that, but I'm saying that I think we have fake allies. I don't see a whole lot of people who really are putting their necks on the line for us. I mean, they'll give us, like they said, they'll give us a banquet.
Oh yeah,
they will fly a BLM flag.
Oh yeah.
They will do like probably what they would say someone like me is doing right now. I'm an ally for everything that's happening right now, but I'm doing it at home.
Interesting.
I'm not inconveniencing myself.
No. And I guess that would be true allyship.
Yeah, point out some ones that are real strongly doing it. I mean,
I had asked that.
Like you'll have someone who's worth $1 billion give a $20,000 scholarship to some black people. They don't even feel it. I don't know. I think actually we have the least amount of allyship because I believe people are used to seeing us struggle.
Okay.
I think and I think honestly that's what I mean. We need a moment because I think a lot of us are comfortable seeing us struggle.
That's a good point.
I think there are black people right now who are offended that we're saying no, we're going to take a rest.
I mean, I understand the offense to a certain point. I get it because some black folks are still coming from that tradition of we have been the movers and shakers of social movements. So sitting out of this does feel like it is a break against the tradition, especially those people like yourself who have been intertwined.
But older people are telling us to sit our asses home. I would say the majority of old people I see are like sit down. It's the younger folks.
Yeah.
Because y'all fiery. Y'all fiery.
Thank you, Randi. I appreciate you still calling me young. I appreciate that.
Yeah, compared to me, you're young.
You fiery. I mean, they are. I mean, but like how much of that is actually performative? I'm very interested to see how that actually plays out. Because the activism, we've had this conversation before, but the activism that I see from young folks is so individualistic and so camera heavy. It's not a lot of like in real life movements. Not a lot of young folks are going to be running for office or trying to challenge political power. They're really just trying to do the beginnings of, not even want to say the beginnings, but do some of the more glamorous parts of activating rather than doing the work of actually advocating or doing political action. So I'd be interested to see how that goes forward in the future. But
yeah.
I mean, I see they want to, these are the same kids that, when they didn't get to go to school, they were watching protests on TV and they want to have that same moment where they feel like they are adding to that same tradition. So I get it with them being offended, and I understand the old folks, like maybe this ain't our fight. But also see like the Latino community and the black communities, especially like on the West Coast, it's like a perfect combination. Perfect because they are so intertwined each other in the community.
This is a perfect time for us to truly unite. But let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
If we take him back, is he going to cheat again?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what they do.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I'm
like,
for real.
like if Latinos and black people bond, right? If we say, black people say, okay, we forgive y'all voted this guy in, you know, a lot of you all, we forgive you, we're gonna bond together, we are family, we are the world, kumbaya, all this stuff, right? The minute, because you know what's going to happen, you know, the white supremacist system is going to offer them some white adjacency because they don't want us to unite.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So the minute that happens, are they going to be like, oh, we okay, and forget about what they went through now, and because that's what I see happening.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was interesting to me, like it's like when the Muslims, like when Muslims for Trump, I'm like, they don't remember the first thing he did was a Muslim ban and his first one. Like, it's like the memory seems to be so short.
I mean, but
the minute they like wine and dine him, like you take that man back.
I mean, do black folks? Is that exempt from black folks? What you just said?
Not according to the polls.
Because like
I think we stay fairly screwed over. I think we feel most of the time. I think there's some of us, of course, right, clearly. But I think most of the time we're very clear about white supremacy, you know, and that we're oppressed. It's hard to forget.
I mean, maybe. Because I see some of the movers and shakings, especially in the upper class of black folks, they do like to align themselves with whiteness as a way to say that they are successful. They still participate in those same systems.
I think that because this is one of the things where I'm talking about where we need unity. Because one thing that's always bothered me is, you know, you hear black people saying, oh, they ain't really down. Because you see certain black people very much in this white world. And I'm like, if you're wanting to make money, if you want to be successful, you have to participate in the white world to a heavy extent, right? But I know people who do that. I mean, I would say the majority of my friends who are professional or whatever, they down. They don't show, they down. They are down, and they're doing it down different ways. They're ensuring that certain people get hired. They're ensuring people get promoted. They're giving people back, you know, information that they shouldn't give. They're doing things in a way that, I mean, I think if someone were to look at me from the outside, I mean, certain things I do, they'd be like, oh, she thinks she cute. Yeah, right, I do think I'm cute. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's kind of like the beauty I love about our dynamic. Because when people look at me, they assume struggle. They assume affected by colorism, affected by capitalism, affected by poverty. Not only because I kind of like talk about it a lot, but also it's just like the aesthetic that I give off. So they
see, I wouldn't think that, but
down.
Go ahead. Yeah, they assume down.
Down. Like when I even noticed like some, you know, I have the morning show. Even when times I'm going, this is a really wild moment. I'm going through all the clips from like the last 5 years and just posting them at random. And I'm seeing like some of the clips from like 5 years specifically, super conservative. Super conservative. And people are
You're more conservative than I am, for sure.
I am.
Yeah.
And people are under the comments talking about you're radical, you're revolutionary, you're far left. And I'm like, no, I'm not. That's just the perception that you have because I encompass this body. But there are times where I can be hyper conservative. There are times I can be very neutral. There are times I can be very, very progressive. And so when I think about, you talk about this unity amongst what it seems like these two different classes, it's like, I don't think there is a translating language between the two to make this seem like we're actually still in the same struggle, because capitalism pulls us apart. It makes it look like you're more aligned to a white aesthetic, I'm more aligned to being black. Therefore, we have to be in separate parts of the world. But in actuality, ever since capitalism has been affecting black folks, it don't matter what part of the spectrum that you live on capitalism. We're all affected by the same situation.
But that's why we got to have these kind of conversations.
We do.
I mean, that's you know, the whole thing with truthing for me is like getting people who are diverse, maybe from the outside, together so they can talk. And it's very funny because, you know, we always talk about how we're a foil for each other, but you're definitely more conservative than I am.
See?
Right. Like, definitely, for sure. And I guess people wouldn't look at that and think that.
No, I think they just think radical because I present a radical aesthetic. And to a point, I can be radical and I can be very passionate about it. But even black conservatism, if we want to talk about, if we want to dive into that, black conservatism is just fear. It's just like, oh, this thing worked for me when I was young and was able to survive. Let's keep it going. That's all black conservatism is. It's not like, oh, I'm fucking with Trump. Oh, I want to get the migrants out of here. That's not black conservatism. It's like, oh, that thing was comfortable. And I kind of want to keep doing that or improving that.
Let me just keep my little piece and let's just be over here and be quiet.
And then you get the revolutionaries that coming up. They're like, no, we got to tear the whole thing down. And
right.
I'm just over
That's
there
me.
like,
tear it down.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
So I'm just gonna I want to end this where we started. This is my question.
Yeah.
What do we need to do? What do you think Blacks and Latinos need to do? Because we're gonna leave the Asians out the conversation right now because I don't think they want to be a part of it right now.
Blacks and Latinos.
Latinos need to do to unite. Because we can't just start going together after he cheated. After he cheated, we can't just start going together.
That's the thing. Like, some of us never left. Some of us are still very ingrained into each other's communities, and we got to figure that out. And then, like, social
So we
media,
need to start getting together.
Yeah, I think we're already together.
Do we need to do a road show? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
We need to do some truly sessions. I'm serious.
Let's take it on the road.
Wait, well, I'm getting the idea here right here.
Let's go.
I'm serious.
Let's go.
Get our communities
Right
together.
street.
But I do think we need some conversation.
We do.
And we'll be therapists.
Also, got to remember, right? So Latino folks, we talk about this off camera as being who's the new white, but Latino folks are kind of the new black. And
but they've been black.
But they ain't figured.
But they the Cubans definitely. Don't you say that to the Cubans.
I'm not talking about.
Because don't you call the Cubans black? Because we're gonna be in trouble. Nope.
But even if we
that's the worst
did,
thing you can say.
Even if we did,
listen.
They are. Okay, so if I'm agreeing with you just for a second, if black folks come in and help save the Latino community for the situation,
we're saving all of us.
Will they have learned their lesson?
Right.
No, they would have thought that this is a political movement, that the only reason why migrants and brown folks aren't allowed in the country is because there has been a law that says that can't happen. They wouldn't have learned that the actual enemy is whiteness.
Right.
They wouldn't have learned that. And so what they still are engulfed by is the majority of Americans saying that blackness is bad, blackness is evil. Until they connect the two, that we're fighting the same thing that you need to fight, it's always going to be.
Well, that's what I mean. But I'm hoping they had a wake-up call. I told people, I said...
You would think, but where would they learn it?
They're getting their asses whooped every day. Like
they see that as
literally
ice.
And figuratively.
Everybody's calling that ice.
They see
Everybody's
it as
saying
ice.
it's immigration. This is not an immigration problem.
Where are their white
this is a
brothers?
race problem.
Okay.
This is a race problem.
That's why you don't see Russians and stuff being.
Ain't nobody talking about the Canadians. Everybody talking about the Swedes.
Nobody's talking about the Canadians.
They brought them white Afrikaners in here, and like we forgot about it. This is a race.
It is a race
problem.
It is a race.
They are looking at
but you don't think that they have realized that yet?
No, they think it is a legal problem.
Okay.
And they have because I'm asking you, where would they have learned that this is beyond just the law? Where would they have learned that no matter
they're getting legal migrants, they're getting legal. People who are born here have been sent. It is a race thing. They don't know. They don't want to know.
Now they know. That's a mistake.
They don't want it. They don't know. They don't want to know.
That's a clerical mistake.
Wow. Okay.
He got sent there on accident.
So it's just like I tell people. I said, black people are the first wives of America. America been dogging us, right? You get the new woman in there, got their kids and shit.
Got all their kids.
Bad credit because of them, everything. The new woman comes in and it's like thinking she's special. Yeah. And we're like, he ain't shit. I'm telling you, he ain't shit. Right? He ain't shit. And he keeps dogging her, and it takes her like 16 times, and finally she realizes it. But then she goes back to him. That's what I'm saying. She gonna go back to him.
They gonna go back.
Oh man. See, that's what I'm saying. You
can't. Go back.
And you want me to go out there and risk my life?
Look, now you can do what you want to do, but all I'm saying, it's a journey. I don't, but
that's what I'm trying to say. Black folks tired of the journey. We have stopped at rest stops. We done stopped at the Wawa, gotten us some snacks and everything.
We're ahead of them in the journey.
No, but we out of gas. We done. I'm done.
We could be ahead of them, out of gas, on the side of the road. They're still behind.
They are behind.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't learn it. There's no class that they could take. It's not part of the citizenship test to understand what it means to be a minority in the United States.
Well, that's what I want. So what you're saying when I said, what do blacks and Latinos need to do to heal? I think it is the admission. You were right. I think they need to say, we fucked up.
Oh, please.
At least you got to admit your guilt. Take accountability. We fucked up. If the guy cheated, you want him to come out, I messed up. I am so sorry. This is what I'm going to do to fix it. And I want us to be back together.
Does that work?
I don't know because I don't.
After you get cheated on, that's it.
Like, what do you? I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's a life I don't live. The hell?
They look. The hell?
The hell?
Exactly.
The helly?
No, that won't work either. It's that they gonna have to come to an understanding that man ain't shit. And we could be up on the phone with them all night.
That's all I'm gonna be like.
We could be
girl, you saw what America
talking,
did. Okay.
They don't give a damn until it actually clicks, and it's gonna take a few heartbreaks.
Well, I don't know what else they need. So that's what I'm saying. That's when I'm ready to come in. Is when they at least. They show me that they get it, that we really are a team because they get that he ain't shit.
Yeah, well, it might
or
take
she
a while.
ain't shit, whoever, whatever, America girl, boy, whatever. All right, good convo.
Yeah,
appreciate chilling with you. All right.